Okay. Um, so everybody knows Jasmuheen? This is everyone.
Hello. Hi.
There's more to come, but they just finished actually. They're arriving. And we're so grateful for you being here with us. We started an hour earlier because we got the time in a special way. How are you, Jess? Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. How is everybody? Are you enjoying the gathering?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have lots of time for questions. If you have anything you want to ask or share, I like to do that because it allows things to come through that are important for those that are gathering.
Thank you so much. So you would like to have a presentation at first, and or your conference, and then after you'll have also the question and answer time. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just rest and relax and listen to your wisdom. Thank you so much.
All right. Shall we start?
Yeah, anytime.
Okay.
We're ready and open.
You know, it's so interesting for me because as I travel the world, people are all receiving very similar guidance. And that guidance is about the power of silence and stillness. And I love being able to spend a bit more time at home in my ashram and be in this state of silence and stillness. And I know it's about new patterns of energy coming in, regardless of what we've all been doing in the past. We have entered into a brand new time of our evolution, as many of you know, and worlds are merging. And that's what's so interesting to me, this guidance that people are getting to just be deep in with their pure and perfect essence nature. That's number one. And then the second thing is about the unified realms, the merging that's happening. And I think that's what pranic living is about, just unity consciousness. And we've discovered so much more than we used to know when I began this path in 1993 and flipped into this quite unexpectedly. And one of the things that people are so excited about now is the contact being made from the unified realms. So that's, I guess, all of those presenting here will probably share about the things that excite them the most right now. And for me, what really excites me right now is unity consciousness. It's all about unity consciousness, you know, coming into that state of oneness within, coming into that state of unity where there is no higher self, no lower self, no personality self, no pure self anymore. We're just a unified beingness and the gifts that come from that. And one of the things that I've noticed around the world the last 24 years that we've been speaking about the fact that we can all just drop in to this energy ocean and get so immersed and so infused by it that we have no hunger anymore. We have no physical hunger, we have no emotional hunger, we have no mental hunger, we have no spiritual hunger. And to me, that's an incredible freedom. It's an incredible state of being. And yet, how do you do that? And I was in China recently and I got this vision because China is the land of Bigu. And this is a 6,000-year-old tradition there. So I've been mixing with the Qigong masters and understanding a little bit about their practice, which is also about immersion. And it's about immersion in Mother Nature's chi fields, in all her negative ions. And we know how fabulous we all feel when we do that. So immersion and infusion. And in China, I got this image that I want to share with you because it explains how we are nourished in the most simple way. And it's like if I took a white shirt and I began to just drop it slowly into a vat of purple dye. Now, if I drop it in an inch or so, well, that's not enough to transform that shirt. It just infuses the bottom level of that shirt with that color purple. But if I drop it, can you hear it?
We need it a little lower so that the translators in the back can the pace. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful what you're sharing.
Okay, so if I drop that shirt into a little deeper into this vat of purple color, then it's half infused. Now that's like being nourished by prana, but is it enough? And the answer is no. And that's what I see all around the world. People are trying to do something, but they're not deeply infused enough. They're not deeply immersed enough. And so they don't have long-term success. So you have to drop this shirt into the whole vat of dye, and then you have to stir it all around. And then when you pull it out again, it's so transformed because it's been fully immersed in something that has the power to change it. So I think it's such a good analogy to take a white bit of cloth, which is our human system, and we drop it into something that has the power to infuse it so perfectly and so powerfully that it is forever transformed. So the key for me and what we share is immersion and infusion. Deeper immersion. Well, deeper immersion in what? What is the purest thing that we can drop back into? What is the purest thing that we can be immersed into? And that is the very baseline of creation. It's this essence ocean. And when we drop into this essence ocean through lifestyle, because it's magnetic attraction that just pulls us back out from this external world and its busyness and its illusion of duality and separation. And it just drops us back into something that has the power to transform everything about us. Every little cell becomes infused with the purest essence. Every little part of our whole body becomes immersed in the purest love and the purest flows of wisdom and the purest flows of or pulsation of power. And that's baseline. So to me, I like the words drop back to baseline. The baseline of creation. And the baseline of creation has these three dominant frequencies of the purest love and the most profound wisdom and the perfect pulse of power. So it's infusion and immersion. So then, can it be that simple? Can we let go of complication and just instruct? Put your fingers to the thumb and instruct the water of your body. Deeper immersion, purer infusion. Some of you are not doing this. Some of you are like, can it be that simple? Body system. We're 80% water. Can we talk to the water of the body? Can we talk to the whole cellular structure? Can we talk to the whole system and say, hey, as the essence being I am within this temple, I'm now instructing quantum intelligence, which is infused by baseline, to take me deeper, a deeper immersion, a purer infusion of prana, of essence now. And that's it, just deeper immersion, pure infusion, and then just let yourself drop back to pure nature through this deeper immersion, infusion process. What we're looking for is a simplicity that works. And in the unified realms, thoughts instantly come into manifestation. So if people are still, if they still have the dominant frequency within them as their egoic personality self, being nourished physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, so you have no more hunger, is impossible. But if you've done the work to come back, if you have the heart, the call of the heart, if you have the intention, and if you then live the supportive lifestyle to drop you back to pure nature, then the whole journey becomes easy and joyous and natural and organic, and it lasts. And not only do you have this freedom where you're physically being nourished, but you lose every other human hunger as well. So I say to people, why do you want to focus on one gift in a treasure box of infinite treasure? Why not let this essence ocean of love and intelligence give to you every gift it wants to zone? Your body of light. The structure of your body of light is multi-layered, and in your body of light you have a self-sustaining, self-regenerating template. Have you seen it? Have you looked for it? Can you sit in silent stillness? Can you ask for deeper immersion, pure infusion, and then just be present as divine presence? Because that's the secret of this to me, in the way that I do this, is that when we are fully present as pure presence in this body, when pure presence, what the Indians call the Atman or the monad, or others call the I am presence, or whatever I call essence, when your essence nature is your dominant beingness, is that the dominant part of you, then all the freedoms come. All the gifts come, and they come so joyously and so easily without struggle. And so we say to people, don't focus on one gift, just focus on deeper immersion, purer infusion in that baseline, that love, that wisdom, that power that is at our core, that has given us the matrix of our body of light. And support it by living the lifestyle that allows our pure nature to be the dominant frequency within us. So egoic self, personality dominant, you've got to do this game of outside in feeding. Essence self, dominant, then this game of outside feeding isn't important or even a call, because we find we eat all the time, but we eat differently. So let's stop for a moment. Is there anything anyone would like to ask or share?
Any questions? Or anything you would like? Yes, there is someone
Good.
here. Okay.
Hello there.
Hi.
I have a question. What do you recommend? You talked about the egoic personality and immersion in your deeper self that keeps you nourished by prana. What do you recommend for a teenager that?
I'm sorry, your question is really fuzzy. The microphone's really fuzzy.
What do you recommend for a teenager that has egoic, very, very hard egoic challenges? Would you recommend?
What do I recommend in dealing with a very egocentric teenager?
Yeah, because you see, there's a trap. You hear, I'm hearing from you that it's best to immerse in your deeper self. But when I try to do this, the question is, what part of me is trying to do that? The egoic self who wants to achieve this goal, which is a trap, or my relaxation is trying to do that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think one of the things I love about unity consciousness and the new pattern of energy we're in is we don't need to analyze anything too much at all anymore. I love this. 3 mantras, okay? 3 mantras to drop back to pure nature. And I think the question first is, how do you want to live in the world? When you experience divine love, it in itself is addictive. It's just a beautiful state of being, because your pure self is pure peace. Your pure self is infinite bliss. Your pure self is so much joy. And when these frequencies are dominant within you, the egoic self just fades away. It just doesn't even exist anymore. So there's nothing to analyze. So 3 mantras, okay? I am pure love. Anytime mind is going blah, 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 is this ego, is this essence, what's this, what am I trying, blah, 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 just go, yeah, yeah, let it go. Deep breath, just breathing pure love. And your mantra, I am pure love. I am infinite. I am eternal. And what these 3 mantras do of I am pure love, I am infinite, I am eternal, is they reprogram cellular structure to behave in a different way. So the mantra, I am pure love, it aligns every cell in your body to the zone of pure love. The mantra, I am infinite, reminds the whole physical structure that there is this infinite energy washing through it all the time that has no beginning. It has no end. That what we are at our core is formlessness that flows through form. And the I am eternal mantra reminds the cellular structure that it is built to be immortal, and it slows down the aging process because it reminds the cells that in every cell is this pulsation of essence. So this time we've entered into is blah, 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 blah. If you want to think and judge and analyze and go which part and all of that, that's fine. But after a while, it's nice to just go, you know what? At my core, I am pure love. And then as you claim it, you drop into it. So these 3 mantras are the quickest way to drop back to pure nature, because as we claim it, quantum sets up a different relationship with us, because we're seeking to identify with that pure and perfect part that is infusing in quantum and in us.
Thank you very much.
See, I'm a woman. We keep it simple. Men worry about ego and they worry about all that. And so we get more into these terms of what we call re-identification and dominance. And for me, with pranic living, it's just a matter of what part are you cultivating. And for many people, they cultivate personality self by always focusing on the external world. But when you sit and shut up and you're still and you're just present in stillness in the now moment, as Eckhart Tolle talks, then you open to a new identification. And then what do you want to be identifying with? Well, why not the baseline of creation? Why not the purest part of you, which is just, I am pure love. I am infinite. I am eternal. So play with this and feel how the energy shifts inside you. Feel what arises within you. Feel how the body changes with each different mantra. And that's the game of this. Play, 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 play. Experiment, experiment, experiment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Questions? So Carmen wants to ask, Carmen here wants to
Hi.
ask if you are still having physical food.
You know, I take physical food probably once a fortnight, which I like. I have a big family. I had 14 years of taking no physical food. And then I decided that there was nothing to prove anymore. My grandchildren were born. Probably my granddaughter is now 13. My grandson is 9. And we have a big family lunch once a fortnight. And my husband cooks. And I have a little bit of food like about this big, and I taste it, and it's fun. So this reality is about freedom of choice. You do what, you live it long enough to prove to you that you have this freedom. And the only way to do it is by living it. And then you know when the prana, the formlessness is flowing through you and you're deep in this ocean, if you want to take something once a year, that some people do, that's great. If you feel socially you want to take something once a month, as some people do, that's great. If you want to take no physical food at all, like I did for over 14 years, that's great. And if you want to drink now and then, that's great. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to. It's not a path of rigidity. It's a path of freedom of choice and a path of love. So for me right now, a little bit of food every 2 weeks or something like that. Not always, sometimes it's every 6 weeks. And yeah, it's fun. It's an enjoyment, this pleasure of flavor from time to time. I like drinking chai latte sometimes, tea, and that's nice too. My path, so you know, because you'll hear different people share, I am not on the path of rigidity, and I'm not on the path of never eating and never drinking. I was given this gift very unexpectedly. I never chased it. I never sought it. It just came after a beautiful spiritual initiation in 1993. And initially, it was a shock for me. So I never had an intention, like some people do, that I didn't want to take physical food anymore. It just happened. And so it took a lot for me to come to terms with this gift, because I found my body just functions so much better when it's on pure prana, and it's always on pure prana, because once you're anchored in this, it doesn't stop. You don't switch it off. You don't switch it on. You just might take the odd taste of physical food if that's what calls you, because of a social reason or a pleasure game or whatever. And then you have to deal with how your body responds to this, because your body then says, okay, you know I don't need this. And you go, yeah, I know, but I like it emotionally or whatever. So people are making very interesting choices around the world. And the people who never drink and never eat will stay as a small minority. And they do that because that's their blueprint in the educational paradigm of this path. Has that helped?
Yes.
Okay.
Acest mod de viață poate fi adoptat indiferent de vârstă, dacă e copil, dacă e bolnav, dacă e supra-solicitat fizic.
Can you adopt this lifestyle regardless of the age or the health state or the physical fitness? Is there any limitation to it? She's asking.
Yeah, you know, I think there is a call in your heart, and what I would say is it's also about pre-programming. Now, what I mean by pre-programming is before people took embodiment, this life, like you as formlessness, decided to take a body again and be on earth. And some people, before taking embodiment, decided to be part of this paradigm. In other words, offering another way of being at this point in Earth's evolution and living in this way, saying to humanity, hey, you can be a meat eater if you really have to. You can be vegetarian. You can be vegan. You can have raw food. And you can also feed all the time direct from source. Now, that's an ancient tradition from China that then went to India and is now in the West. And there are many young ones coming in with this blueprint. They're young people who are coming from the unified realms, from planets that are in a very beautiful frequency zone, and they're coming in to demonstrate this freedom. So you might have young people called, you might have older people called, but the point is a call from your heart. I cannot discourage people enough to not get involved with this if you're curious. If you're just curious, forget it. If this is a heart call, then that usually symbolizes that it's part of your gift to planet Earth at this time. It's part of a pre-agreed plan before embodiment. And if that's the case, you're going to get all the support you need, because we live in a loving universe. So if you've made this commitment pre-embodiment, then it doesn't matter age or gender or training or anything. I've seen people who've been so sick, who've been riddled with cancer, and they've had a call in their heart to do this, and they flipped into it so beautifully, even though they may not have lived the lifestyle we recommend this life. When you look at who they've been in other lines of time, they were close to frequency matching. And that's an interesting reality, is it's all about a frequency match. This is a science. This isn't a new age hocus pocus. This is a science of frequency matching into the zone where the energy is strong enough to nourish you on all levels. And so we've given people what we call the prana testing, the breath test to check your prana percentage. So some people, when you physically check your prana percentage, if you're running at a physical body prana percentage of 60%, and you do any of the initiations offered in the world, whether it's 8 days, 11 days, 21 days, 4 days, whatever it is, if your physical body prana percentage is 60%, you're going to go into fasting mode for the other 40%, and you won't be able to sustain this post-initiation. But if your physical body prana percentage is 100% or 95%, then doing an initiation like that, or even coming to spend time with us in Darkroom, then you're close to the zone. You're already frequency matched on a closer level, so it's much easier to flip and stay flipped. Now, what can affect your physical body prana percentage? Lifestyle. It's all it's about, is how you spend your time. And where is your heart? Where is your heart? Is your heart a heart filled with kindness? Is your heart a heart filled with compassion? What is your heart radiating? How strong is your heart chakra energy? Do you have self-love? Can you love unconditionally others? Are you kind to all life? Are you kind to others? This too sends a frequency out through your body that puts you into the channel of kindness and compassion that allows your physical system to be more deeply infused with prana. How interesting is that? So we have just lodged, for our English speakers, we have just lodged a free online training program on my YouTube channel, and video number 3 will teach you how to test your physical body prana percentage so that it can be your guide. So if someone's physical body prana percentage is strong, then age, none of that matters. It's just they'll flip, they'll frequency match, they'll flip, and they'll stay flipped. So everyone's different. Depends on pre-agreements, depends on what you set as your life plan, what you're going to be supporting in this embodiment. If you're part of this wave of change, what all of these things have influence. Has that helped? But
okay, thank you.
Okay, let's take this a little deeper. Preparation, preparation, preparation. Okay, if you've got someone on there who are really, really sick, really sick, if they go and do fasting, will that work for them? Well, a lot of bodies heal from fasting because your body has an ability to self-heal. In your body of light, you have what I call the template of perfected health. In your body of light, you have a self-sustaining, self-regenerating template. Now, these are vibrational zones that you can match into. But what if somebody is really sick and it's their exit time? Then nothing's going to help them, really. Maybe can prolong their life a little or change the quality of their life by going through different healing things. But if they're meant to be exiting because they've had a contractual period of time to be here, then they're going to exit. So a lot of things are predetermined using free will when you were formlessness before you came into form and took form. But at our core, we're still formlessness. See, right now, every one of you, there's essence washing through you. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Be still. Essence is an ocean. Formlessness washing through us all the time. And the cells in our body drinking, because formlessness is like wind flowing through a tunnel. And it's just like, shoo, shoo. It's a wash, it's an ocean. Essence love washes through us all the time. We think we're solid. We're not solid. We are little atoms, little molecules. We're this structure that is just bound together by a pulsation of love. That's it. We think we're solid. We feel solid, but we're not. When we're in silent stillness, present. I am pure love. The breath you breathe as if you are breathing pure essence, drinking from the very baseline of creation. And so with that intention, you just drop, you merge, you expand, and you come into a state where you realize you are everywhere. You are everything. You are not a human being. You are the essence ocean, washing through this little form. Every cell, every atom drinking, every cell, every atom taking its proteins, taking its carbohydrates, taking its minerals, taking everything it needs so that you can be that which you were built to be, which is a self-sustaining, self-regenerating mechanism. So we can play at being limited human beings, which after a while is, yeah, okay, been there, done that. Or you can just surrender back to who we really are. And when we do that, no words, no words. We are just love, the pulsation of pure love. So you'll hear many people sharing from Skype and in person with you as you gather in this beautiful energy vortex in Romania. And some of it will touch you deeply and awaken things within you. Some of it you'll go, yeah, I know that. I experienced that too. And some of it you'll feel like, no, those words, that doesn't ring true for me, because we're so unique and our journeys are so unique. But the question is your heart filled with gratitude? Is your life filled with grace? And if not, are you prepared to adjust your model of reality so that you are in alignment with your true nature to the degree that all you experience is grace and gratitude? They're the indicators. When you are living a life that is fulfilling your highest potential, grace is with you constantly. Your heart is filled with gratitude. You are in permanent peace. You feel the vastness of that which you really are. You no longer feel like you're a human being that is limited. You feel the formlessness that is your true nature. And this, eating or not eating, inconsequential. Do you need it? Of course not. You're fed constantly from source. Is it fun to do sometimes, if that's what calls you? No rigidity. This is fluidity. This is formlessness, re-identification with formlessness. Anything else anyone would like to add or ask? Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
I live on life for 1.5 years, and I feel really strong and passionate and healthy and powerful. I can laugh. But there is one question, because I also feel that I'm cold very often. And cold hands, my body is cold.
Yeah.
Can you say anything about that?
Yeah. I spent many years being very cold in the beginning, and it was interesting for me because as you know, when you're nourished by prana, you're never full, you're never empty, you're just, I don't know, it's an interesting experience. And similarly, when you're dealing with the elements, it's like you become more sensitive to the elements, and many people feel the cold more. And I thought, okay, I will learn the monk's technique where you sit in meditation and you see the cosmic fire flowing through the heart chakra, and you send that cosmic fire through the body and tell the body to adjust its temperature to the cosmic fire. Because with prana, we are working with 7 elements, not just the 4 elements, but we're also working with astral light and akasha as wisdom, and cosmic fire, which is divine love. So I practiced the technique of the monks of just the fire through the heart, spreading it through the body. And some of these monks are great. They can sit in the snow and they can be in meditation and they can melt all the snow around them and they never get cold. But that technique didn't work for me. And many techniques I tried didn't work for me. I was still cold. And then one day I just said, I love angelic energy. You know, every one of you here, because we are multidimensional, because we exist everywhere simultaneously, we also have this angelic frequency zone. So I just said to this and the angelic part of my beingness, hey, angels, I'm cold, fix it, make me warm. And straight away I was warm. How weird was that? So now, if ever I'm cold, I just say, oh, angels, give me a hug, I'm cold. And I know that sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, it's like whatever works. You know, to me, it's about results. Play, 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 try all the different stuff until you find what works for you. And I'm an angelic beingness. I'm very much identified with the angelics, and I love music. How many of you love music? Anyone love music there? Me too. You know, music is angelic food. Music is a gift from the angels, and the angelic realms gave music to planet Earth to feed our emotional bodies. And this is a problem people have in the being nourished by prana, is letting go of their emotional addiction to the pleasure of taking physical food. So our answer to that is simple: get creative. All the angelic energy is about creativity, creativity, creativity. Like, you think, if you're reading a great book, or if you're watching a fabulous movie, or if you're doing a painting, or if you're immersed in music, you don't think of physical food. You just don't get hungry because you're immersed in creativity. So our solution to retraining the emotional body away from its dependence, its emotional dependence on the fun of physical food, is get creative, because this is all the angelic frequency spectrum. So not only does it help emotionally, but it helps on many levels. And so for me, the solution to coldness was just, hey, I'm cold, warm me. Just connecting with the angelics, and it worked. So good luck with that one. Pardon? So thank you.
I have a question.
Hi.
Hi. In the continuation of the other one. As working with the angelics is beautiful, and they recalibrate our system easily. But when I, for example, work with people which get cold, and I also do get cold sometimes, I notice that basically their base chakra is like empty. You know, this is what I see. Like, they draw all their energy up, and then there's nothing left to support their warmth somehow. Would this be an imbalance? Would this be, how would you look at it from an energetic perspective?
From an energetic perspective, your whole body is one giant chakra, okay? When we're being nourished, when we're formlessness flowing through form, we no longer have what we call chakras. We don't do that game. Every atom is a dimensional door. Every atom is a white hole. Every atom is a black hole. It depends whether you're receiving energy or transmitting energy. So we don't do this individual chakra reality anymore. When you're deeply infused in baseline, you are just a radiant sun. Your light body, see, people's light bodies are transmitting billions of rays of light. So from your light body, there's a ray of light going through every atom, every molecule, every cell, feeding your atoms, molecules, cells. So nothing is empty. You're not drawing energy up. You're not doing anything. You're just allowing your pure nature to burst through you, to shine through you. And your mantras for this is just, come on, deeper immersion, baseline. Pure infusion, essence, baseline, and then live the supportive lifestyle, 8 points that we promote, so that you are filled all the time and you never get empty. You're always just you're just in a state of radiation. You're not absorbing energy. You never run out of energy. You never get empty of energy. You're just letting pure nature shine like a cosmic sun, like source point sun. The great central sun is in you. It's your body of light, and it just, how can you be empty? How can you be out of balance? So that's what we're working with here. Full immersion, deeper immersion, purer infusion. So I don't know how people can be nourished by prana if they're not deeply immersed enough. You know, I think a lot of people try to, and if you check your physical body prana percentage, if it's not 100%, then you're going to be out of balance in some way, pushing your body too hard to do something maybe it's not ready for yet. So I recommend people do the meditations we offer freely. We have free meditations on our YouTube channel. The I Am Pure Love meditation, the I Am Infinite, the I Am Eternal meditation. And that just allows that radiance to be of pure nature to be more dominant. See, in unity consciousness, we keep life simple. It's very, very simple. It's just about dominant frequencies. That's all it is. When essence is dominant, life's easy, joyous, full. We have no hunger. When personality self is dominant because we're giving too much energy to external realities, then life's not as easy. So it's like cultivate that which you want to experience. So we offer meditation, divine communion, which is communion with quantum intelligence and the force that is infused through that. The mastery of the mind is an absolute must for this journey, so that your monkey mind is not the dominant part of you, but you are allowing, or the supreme mind is expressing through you. Your monkey mind, supreme mind are one. A lighter diet, doing it slowly, as we talk about in the book, The Food of Gods, and we talk about with our new YouTube training program, online training. And then we have this treating the body as a temple, loving it, not pushing it too hard, but kindness and love for the body and listening to what it wants. Like, what does your body want from you? Can you sit in meditation and talk to it and hear its voice? Do you lovingly allow it to enjoy yoga if that's what it's calling you? Does it call you to do qigong? Is your body calling you to dance? Are you treating your body like a temple? The next thing is the kindness and compassion to all life. And people say to me, what's that got to do with living on prana? Well, straight away, it drops you into the zone of kindness and compassion that is nourishing your emotional body spectrum, or what others would call selfless service, just doing things for other people because you can, no other reason. And that is a beautiful way of nourishing the biofeedback that you get from quantum when you're engaged in constant acts of kindness and compassion to self and others is huge emotional food. And then you have this requirement of silence. In silence, we can hear the language of the divine. In silence, you can hear your body sharing with you, guiding you, telling you how it needs to be treated as the temple that you as essence dwell within. And then we have sacred music. How beautiful is sacred music in feeding the emotional body? And these 8 points, they change our magnetic alignment. They magnetize us into the zone where we are nourished always. So it's a combination of spending time in a way that sets up a natural magnetic attractor pattern to anchor you deep in the purest source of nourishment that a human system can access and be anchored into, to the degree where you lose all hunger. But that's just been our experience. You know, we've had 24 years of playing with this, and we've played in many zones, and this is what we've found. But that's just been my journey of experimentation. What's yours? Hi.
One more question.
Lovely. I love questions. Thank you.
This is
Hi.
Pascal Martelli, one of the speakers at the Pranic Festival.
Hi. Hi, Pascal. Hi.
Question about Darkroom retreat. How is it possible to influence or help the Pranic process? Thank you.
What was your question about Darkroom retreat?
Yeah, how could it enhance somehow the Pranic journey?
You know, one of the things that I love about what Christiana's doing and what others are doing in the world is they're bringing in community support. And when I began my journey in '93 with this, our reality was about self-mastery. That if you haven't been able to trust your inner voice, if you can't hear the voice of your intuition and your own divine nature, then you weren't ready to do the pranic nourishment game. However, with good community support, people can move into it in a natural and organic way, especially when they're given guidelines that we know work over time. So we have worked with thousands and thousands of people. There's over 60,000 people now in the world that have this freedom of choice, and it comes back to lifestyle. So what we do in Darkroom is we live together as a community for 9 days and 9 nights without any distraction. We have no physical food, obviously. We have no light. We have no vision. And when you get rid of external vision, it's amazing what happens to your system, because you start to feel that you are vast consciousness, and just one drop of that vast consciousness is in this physical body. You can't see people because it's dark. So there's no more you and me, there's no more them and us. And we get into what I call, when we vibrationally match, we get into what I call the one heart, one mind zone, where we all become telepathic. People know what I'm going to share in a meditation before I even know what's coming in. They're getting the same visions I'm getting, which is lovely, because 24 hours in darkness, now that means no light on the body. It's pitch black. Your brainwave patterns change. You change your production of serotonin and melatonin. The pineal gland starts to produce more DMT, which improves visionary capacity, telepathic capacity, and we live this lifestyle. So for 9 days and 9 nights, all we do is lots of meditation, time in silence. We do our yoga, we do our qigong, we treat the body as a temple, we meditate together, and we learn from Mother Darkness. See, Darkroom retreat to me is the Divine Mother's womb of infinite love. Because from the darkness, from the void, from the formlessness came the light, and the light carries the key codes of creation. The light carries the sacred geometric patterns that allowed us to have a body of light around which the molecules can gather to give us solid form when we live in a density called planet Earth. So in Darkroom, the darkness reveals so much. It reveals people's mental toxicity because they think, what am I doing here? She's not feeding me. She makes me be quiet. It's just 24 hours a day of darkness, 9 days. And the first thing you have to do is make the now moment your best friend. So part of Darkroom training is we ask people to read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. And that's a brilliant book about being present. And that's essence. That's our essence, being present, not with presence, but present as presence. So Darkroom for these 9 days, it just locks us into a deep experience of what this lifestyle offers. So we do blood tests before people go in and blood tests after, and everyone's health improves. So here we're proving that this lifestyle changes people's rhythm of health. We can do things like reprogram the body, so our skinny people who come in and they're lean because they're being vegan or raw or whatever, they don't want to lose weight. So we reprogram the whole body, so some people come out and they've gained weight. Some people come out and maybe they've lost just half a kilo, but everyone comes out in enhanced health with all the pranic channels open, with everything we have to share about this. But we also ask that people have no expectations, because when you have expectations, you block. If you just come in a state of pure surrender, deeper immersion, pure infusion, and then see what this magnificence that is flowing through us, what it wants to give us. No agenda, absolute surrender, no expectation, just present as presence. And so I love it. I'm a darkroom junkie. And many of the people who come back year after year, they just feel how fabulous it is as far as what we call resetting ourselves. You know, you just come out with an amazing clarity and amazing strength and an amazing energy and amazing lightness. And, you know, some people, after, they go back and eat again. That's fun, because many people come just for the experience of Darkroom. And others, they flip because their prana percentage is already really strong. So they'll flip and they'll stay flipped and they don't take physical food anymore. Everyone's different. Thank you.
Any questions? I
Okay.
Sunt momente în care ai nevoie de foarte multă energie, care ești foarte solicitat de diverse activități.
During the tribulations of life, you need very much energy because you are very challenged by many activities.
Activități cu foarte mulți oameni, cu situații critice.
Activities with many people, sometimes critical situations.
Poți simți lipsit de energie sau epuizat.
You can feel drained or exhausted sometimes.
Cum faci să nu ajungi la aceste stări sau să te reechilibrezi?
How can one do to not get into these states or to get back into balance after that?
Okay. It's easy. Lifestyle, 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 lifestyle. And what are you cultivating? See, when you are more at one with your pure nature, when you're in silent stillness, you start to see life as simultaneous holographic bubbles of reality. And you can watch, you can see all these movies of reality of other people's creation or even your own, and you're detached. That's the gift that meditation gives you, is detachment. So in silent stillness, you can see they're just little holographic bubbles of reality that you can step into and get immersed in or not. You are more detached. But when you are not a regular meditator, when you're not living the sort of lifestyle we recommend, then you get so caught up so quickly. You're taken out of your center so quickly by life's challenges. Maybe your mother is really sick, or somebody else you know is dying, or something else is happening in life, or you've lost your job, or there's been a major shake-up, and you can get caught up in that. But when you are a regular silent stillness person, or you sit in silent stillness regularly, when you meditate regularly and you are more infused by your pure nature, you're naturally more detached, and you look at everything that you experience as absolutely perfect. There's no judgment, there's no negativity about life, because you know that everything is going to give you a gift. And everything that you go through in life will give you the gift of wisdom and the gift of another virtue. You'll live through something and you'll become more patient. You'll live through something else and you'll become more tolerant. You might step deeply into a movie of reality of a dying friend, and you'll realize, wow, I'm being too drained by this. I have to recharge my batteries. So you come back to regular meditation, so you never are drained. See, when you live in dominant zone of personality, you get drained, you get challenged by life. But when your dominant energy is your pure nature, you are never drained. You are never caught up in the illusion of the external world. You can see the perfection of everything that's happening. You can see the perfection of everyone's pattern of energy. You don't get caught up in judgment of this is good or this is bad or this is positive or this is negative, because you're naturally in a bigger picture level of awareness. You're more detached. So lifestyle, come back to pure nature. Be immersed in this pure baseline energy of love. Come back to I am pure love. I am infinite. I am eternal. And the more you proclaim that, the more quantum intelligence mirrors that back to you in biofeedback and makes it truth. Whatever you claim for yourself, quantum must make truth for you, because quantum serves you as a divine being in form. So when you're done with the suffering game, that's the perfect beginning of change. And you go, hey, I get too caught up in this. Life's too challenging. It's only too challenging because there's too much identification with personality self of yourself or personality self of others. Like, can you look at all your family and all your friends, and can you see them as divine beings in form? Can you love your family and your friends purely, unconditionally? Can you see every human being in this world and love them unconditionally, knowing that each one is your pure essence nature, just expressing itself a little differently? How can you judge another person or their journey when you know it is your own pure essence experiencing life in a different body a little differently. When you see life through the eyes of your essence, ask to see life through the eyes of your essence, not from personality. Ask to see life through the eyes of your essence, and you will see the kingdom of heaven on earth. You will vibrate with what we're sharing with you. You will vibrate yourself into a different reality zone and be anchored in that zone. Duality is fabulous, but it's just a movie. It's just a zone. You can vibrate in and out of the zone of duality as much as you like because you have free will. Or you can just vibrate back into that zone of paradise on earth. You can vibrate back to Buddha's Pure Land. You can vibrate into the kingdom of heaven that is here. And stay there and be anchored there and move through this world as an essence beingness, seeing everything through the eyes of essence. And then you have clarity. Choice time. So, we have this incredible opportunity to be together. Do you want to complete this sharing with a little guided meditation?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's just get comfortable. And close your eyes. And begin to slow your breathing rhythm right down. When we slow the breathing rhythm right down, we are matching frequency with that which breathes us. And as we breathe, just sense you are drawing to you pure essence. Purest pranic flows from the baseline of creation. This essence is everywhere within us and around us, flowing through us constantly. Slow, deep, gentle breath, drawing so much more than oxygen. We inhale to flood the system with pure essence. And as we exhale, just breathe out pure love. We give and receive with the breath. Breathe pure essence in. Breathe out pure love. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Expand your awareness and sense the vastness of creation. Sense how creation has pulsating through it this essence. Without essence, there could be no creation, no life. This is what we breathe. And sense as you breathe this, that with each breath, this essence flowing into you has every vitamin, mineral, carbohydrate, the purest food your system needs. Essence feeds. Essence flows. Could you sense how it pulsates, flows through you without thought? Flows through atoms, molecules, cells. Whether you think of it or not, breathe in this way or not. Can you sense you are being washed by formlessness that flows through your form, and that your system knows already how to feed from formlessness? We are always being fed by prana. Formlessness always washes through us. Sense this. Now put your mind in your heart chakra center and see it as the great central sun, a radiating ball of light. See it has billions of rays radiating out. See how every ray passes through a cell, a molecule, an atom, feeding it constantly from the light that flows through your heart chakra door. Source, energy, flowing through the sun, flowing through the heart chakra on the inner planes. Source energy, radiating through cells, atoms, molecules from inside, from your body of light. Sense this. If your mind wanders, play with the mantra I am on the inhale, pure love on the exhale, claiming intentionally your true nature with this mantra. Play with the mantra, I am eternal. On the inhale, drawing the pure I am essence energy, sensing its eternal nature. Notice how your monkey mind drags you away, perhaps, for it likes to be the boss. But it's time for the monkey mind to serve you. Bring it back to the mantra, I am infinite. Feel as you claim this, how your system responds. The breath slow, deep. Such a simple state of awareness in silent stillness, to expand consciousness and sense formlessness flowing through you as it does through all life. To slow the breath, draw pure essence rather than just oxygen. To claim pure nature with the I am, pure love. I am infinite. I am eternal. To infuse the system, the cells, with pure nature, with these words. When you're ready, just slowly opening your eyes and having a stretch. So, thank you for letting me beam in from Australia, from my ashram, and spend this time with you. I know that you'll take a little bit from everything that everyone shares. And I know that you too are radiating a beautiful energy to add to this vortex in Romania, in this sacred mountain space. And that you too are being infused by this sacred mountain energy that is part of what's happening with the ley lines in Romania, and what Romania also is energetically infusing you with and our world. So namaste to you all. Lovely, lovely to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jas, for being with us.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon in Romania as well.
Yes. We're always connected in our hearts. We're always connected in our bodies of light. Thank you.
As always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Namaste. Namaste.